Here is a 2024 BMW 840i Coupe in Alpine white over black extended merino leather. What are the changes for a 2024 model? Who are the rivals? Some pros and cons? That's what I'm going to touch base on. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and the BMW 8 has 4.8 inches of clearance, which is actually one of the best in class when you're considering a coupe or looking at a Mercedes. This is still going to have that wide stance, icon adaptive LED headlights and daytime runnings. Matte black is going to surround the kidney grille, gloss black in the interior elements and also on the lower bit of the bumper, so it keeps an aggressive stance with front parking sensors. M Sport Package Pro adds the Shadowline exterior trim. We have M 20-inch multi-spoke alloy wheels, and because of that package, it also gives us these black brake calipers which house 4 pistons in the front with the M Sport differential. So you're getting some dynamics with this. Underneath the long hood, 3.0 liter BMW twin power turbo, which is a twin scroll turbocharged, producing 335 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque paired to a ZF8 speed automatic transmission, achieving 21 mpgs for the city and 26 mpgs for the highway in the good stuff. 0 to 60, 4.7 seconds. If you option the X-Drive, 4.4 seconds. With a weight distribution at 52.3, 47.4 and a curved weight just over 3,900 pounds. And the sweet spot will be the M850i. 523 horsepower, 0 to 60 around 3.6 seconds. Twin turbo V8. I mean, when you're putting that engine to this, it just makes it a lot more thrilling and exciting. This is just the standard option with the M Sport package, which will give you a daily commute and a fun to drive vehicle blended in. And if you need to really knock it out of the park, you go to the M8 competition, which is standard now. 617 horsepower, 0 to 60s, under 3 seconds. You can also option a Grand Coupe, so it would be a 4-door variant in which you would have more interior space than this. In the rear, you get the trunk lid spoiler with the gloss black. I like how it bulges out, LED taillights, and the lower gets the gray inserts with the dual exhaust outlet. So you keep a dynamic stance, but it's not going to be as aggressive as the M850i or the M8 competition with reverse sensors and a 360-degree reverse camera. Power liftgate with cargo at 14.8 cubic feet, which is quite a bit for this coupe. Storage on both sides, and you can split fold the rear bench in the back at a 50-50 split, which will increase the cargo. You can fit nearly a 50-inch flat screen TV inside this vehicle with the seats down. This is a twin power turbo inline 6-cylinder. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. 16-way power seat adjustment, heated and ventilated front seats, manual cushion extensions for the front occupants, memory seats for the driver. Headroom is not actually that bad considering how low to the ground you sit. The same thing with leg space. The footwells are pretty deep for the front occupants. The 840i will be a more sporty setup, a little bit more driver focused. As you can notice, the 12.3-inch touchscreen is more tilted towards the driver, but it's still accessible for the passenger. You're going to have the satin aluminum that's going to run around it, dual climate control settings. You have gesture, pinch, swipe for the navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming, Bluetooth, audio, Wi-Fi hotspot, 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory with automatic parking, backup assist. Click onto here and you have the 3D view, which you can use the iDrive, gesture, or touch. Click here for the car wash to get full trajectory for the front so you don't scratch your upgraded wheels that go into the wood inlays. Wireless charger, USB 12 volt, the key fob for the new 840i. Gloss black elements are going to surround everything here in the center. It's going to be more soft to touch, open up. It's not necessarily deep, but it is long and wide. USB and a 12 volt. Leather wrap 3-spoke multi-function steering wheel. It's M spec with the paddle shifters and a 12.3 gauge cluster that can go through an array of information for the driver when you push the BC button, and you can make it more aggressive by putting it into sport mode, and you can coach yourself on Eco Pro. Heads-up display, soft to touch materials are going to be found all over with the Bauer & Wilkins sound system, and the dashboard and door panel integrated together with the aluminum inlays. Ambient lighting is going to be surrounding the satin aluminum. It's going to be more sport derived. One touch up and down for the windows. I like how this goes up too for the grab handle. A medium storage pocket with a couple of beverage holders carved out. To enter to the back seats, lift this up. It's going to electronically move. Headroom for the back is not going to be desirable unless you kind of scoot or slouch, and it's still not going to be the case. You really just can't enjoy it being over 6 foot. The same thing with leg room. If I close the door, it's going to be very hard. There isn't anything here to rest my arms, nor here in the center, and it just kind of is a little bit more tight for rear occupants. I would say just use this for extra storage. 335 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. You know the drill. Here it is. And we're getting that 0 to 60 at 4.7 seconds because we do not have the X-Drive here, which would get us to 4.4 seconds, but we do have a near 50-50 weight distribution. I've had to put the cameras kind of everywhere because of the smaller design, but look at this baby go. And that's what I mean by quick, precise, stays planted, whether you're mashing hard on the brakes or you're giving it full throttle, taking any bends in the roads. It can do everything. It definitely is one of those fun to drive vehicles, but they do have some pros and cons, and that's where we're going to start with the pros. You're getting the fun to drive. It's under a 6-figure price point. Comparable rivals are going to really escalate that price to near $100,000. It feels very athletic, and this is not the M850i. So if you do not want to option that because you just want something that's not as thirsty, because it's a twin turbo V8, things that I dislike is going to be in the cargo. The bumper comes out a bit, so if you're putting items inside, you can easily drop it and scratch the bumper. We're going to get back to that after this. Another con, because I'm tall, I have to set the seat all the way low in order to actually have headroom. Manual cushion extensions will definitely be a con because of the price point we're at. I would have liked to see at least 20 to 22 way power seat adjustment. I know I sound like I'm asking for a lot, but this is typically a standard type of feature in a BMW once you start getting to this price point. Now, going to the rivals, you are similar with the specs for the seat, and the seat here is comfortable. When you extend the cushion extension for tall people, it goes almost to your knees. So for a long drive, you can relax, just you're not gonna have any fun in the back seat, which is another con. Instead of having a back seat, just take it out. Speccing it out like this is definitely going to have the M Sport attributes, and I like that you get the upgraded brakes because it will help if you're doing some cornering and some hardcore maneuverability through light to light, because it can happen. I mean, in my review, sometimes I get pulled over doing it, so I get it. For the turn radius, we're going to check that right now with a little bit of hard brake, throw it into sport mode. Let's see the dynamics real quick. You're gonna get about 2 lanes. Let's go. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank BMW of Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2024 BMW 840i Coupe for our car review.